You are now live streaming to YouTube live. Click here to open a browser to view the stream.
YouTube. Wow.
Remember to mute the stream. Oh, motherfucker. All right, I'm going to try this again. I guess there's people. Maybe they can hear me. I so suck at this. You're much better at this. Maybe I should just, like, stream with you all the time.
Hey, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
We're
I
streaming. Hello again.
put my headphones in. I put my headphones in, so I should be able to do this hands-free, and you guys can still hear me.
All right, so far so good.
Hey.
Oh, TCAP recipes, your streams are amazing.
TCAP
Just for the
recipe streams are fun.
simple fact that you have Tango.
I love Chef
I
Tango.
know. I want to, like, have her come over for play date. All right, let's see who's here. To Meet with Hair, TCAP recipes, Danger Mouse. Oh my gosh. Mr. Kinky. Hello, everyone. Let's
Hello,
get this
everyone.
over with. Mother-daughter.
Mother-daughter? I have to say it at least once.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, guys,
Tango
if
is the
I seem a
cleanest,
little
best
distracted,
browser.
I'm still...
Hello, everyone.
If I seem distracted, I'm setting up a frog enclosure, so...
Hi, TJ. Welcome. All right, so where we left off, we were...
Talking about Lauren in the trailer.
Yeah, that was the last update.
Father, son.
That was the last update I heard.
You said something about people had contacted him, too.
Oh, yeah. There were some pretty...
Doctor, patience.
Hello, everyone. That's how I answer my phone calls too now. Kayla can attest to that. Okay, so does anybody know which phone call I was talking?
One of my favorite calls.
I
was gonna say one of my favorite calls is when he's like, "I deserve a chance with you," to Debbie.
I think that's my. I don't really like look at the analytics or anything on my channel, but occasionally when I'm bored and I'm like, let's see what people like. I think that one is my most popular video when I covered that phone call.
Cause you get so mad.
Thank you,
It's my favorite of Batsy, just angry.
We're buffering again. Mine's going okay. Well, we're gonna do the best that we can.
Buffering. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's buffering.
Yeah, it says high CPU usage. I closed everything on the computer. It's the same shit that happened with my desktop.
Who's good with this internet stuff?
Yeah, really.
I'd ask Mr. Cyberspeak, but he's at a meeting, so I can't.
That's okay. Which 12-step meeting is he at?
He's at the, hi, my name is Mr. Cyberspeak, and I'm addicted to computers.
I'm addicted to Lauren.
Wowie.
It's Derek's fault. Yeah, Mr. Cybersqueak looks like a Derek. I might start calling him Derek.
He doesn't look like a Derek anymore. He's got like a big old beard now.
Turn the resolution down. All right, let's try it. Kayla, entertain while I figure this out.
Lauren is stupid. Lauren is stupid.
Can you juggle or something?
Can I make a salad and put my hands in the trash can and not wash my hands?
Oh my god. All right, here we go. Let's try this. You know what? It won't let me do it while I'm streaming, so we'll deal with it and I'll change it for next time. Might as well face it, you're addicted to Lorne.
Ex-Derek?
He's at the trailer. I'm 99% certain he's getting catfished. But that's like saying, I'm
From what
not even. Good.
I was gonna say, from what I heard, the reason his RSO page hasn't been updated is because he hasn't turned in the paperwork yet for it.
Yes, that was a very interesting revelation. Someone in the community, or I think multiple people, sent a letter or emailed uh, the probation department or whoever you need to say that and said, how come his status isn't updated in the registry? His address, and they said they're waiting for him to return some card.
Yeah, like paperwork for it or
Right.
something.
Hi, Oscar. Oh, step right on the computer. That
Oh.
works great. Oh, come on, honey. Do you hear her?
Yeah.
She's getting it's getting hard for her to jump up on the bed and everything now. I'm
Because she's
streaming
old.
I'm streaming to you live from my bedroom.
that'll be me this week because I'm also having surgery.
Oh, that's right.
Mine's on Thursday.
Well,
So I'll probably be doing like bedroom live streams.
how how long are you gonna be laid up?
Oh, just like a couple days.
Oscar knows what's up.
I'm not getting a Brazilian butt lift, so I should be able to get up.
Looks like Dustin has yet another court date. Oh yeah, I think today was the day Dustin was supposed to go to court. I have not. I kind of depend on other people to let me know what's going on. I don't do my own research. Tango's on the treadmill. That's the problem. I don't have the treadmill set up.
Ooh.
So Oscar, oh, here she goes. She's gonna go fuck with Perry now.
Oh.
So she does this thing like
Poor Perry.
I know, he's so sweet. Like my one cat Perry, he just I know you guys love it when I fucking sit and talk about my cats. He's just really friendly and he's sweet and he's friends with everybody.
He's literally the world's biggest friend. Yeah, he was friends with my guinea pig.
And Oscar will go over and start grooming him, like she's gonna do something nice for him, and then she starts hitting him, like she beats him.
Like
There they
biting his
go.
neck.
There they go. Yep. Poor Barry.
You're so dumb.
So what's the next what's the update on Dustin? What's the
Yeah, I'm curious what stuff's gonna happen with that.
I've been talking to someone who'll be attending Dustin's hearing, and we squared away to process. Oh, thank you, Shen.
Ooh, that'll be good to hear.
I have whatever phone calls are in the dump. That's what I have. In typical Babsby fashion, when people were a couple nights ago when people were calling Lorne, I was trying to record it for just for my own listening pleasure. It wasn't me doing it, so I didn't. I'm not going to share that with other people. That's for their own content or what they want to do. And I'm like so excited.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh, this is great. And I go to listen to it, and I didn't have my mic on, so.
Oh, that's classic Kelly.
Yep. Hello and good afternoon from southern Pennsylvania. Hello, Tom Tom. I don't think we're too far from each other. When I set up
I don't think so either.
my Lorne Con. Did you move there to be closer to Amanda James? Yes, people did call Lorne recently. Dustin needs a new
it was pretty funny from what
haircut.
I heard.
Dustin's defense is he was trying not to break probation.
That's an interesting defense.
Shin, I'm sorry you're having a terrible day, but you're not a registered sex offender. You're not under lifetime
Exactly, you're not
supervision.
Lauren.
Lauren looks, I will mention, Lauren looks great in this picture.
Bitches.
um, how long do you think it was when he got out of prison before he started smoking his first cigarette? Oh, Lancaster. Okay.
Probably instantaneously.
Oscar, please.
Like I imagine it was probably same day. Like as soon as he got out, he was like, "Oh, time to have a
That
cigarette."
was probably, honestly,
Honestly, like he's probably like, "Hey, mom, can you get some cigarette before you pick me up?"
it was probably the only thing holding him together. I'm gonna shut my windows. Hold on.
Yeah.
They're like cutting trees or something. Jesus Christ. What the fuck are they doing?
The Great Gatsby Show.
Yeah, the most boring show in the world. This reminds me of like when I was a kid and I would have
Oh, when you would like like a cassette player and like
yes.
make your own shows. I did
And it
that stuff too. That stuff was
would be
fun.
like, it's the Kelly and Erica show when my sister's like 10 years younger than me and I would make her be like on my show. It was sort of like that
Oh.
how many minutes are you going to wait before you touch Mr. Cigarette? Lauren probably was like, but I mean, seriously, like my thought was that was probably the only thing holding him
It had to
together.
have been instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Oscar show. Oh, okay, that's pretty close to
It's
me,
the
Tom Tom.
Oscar. It's the Oscar and Kelly show.
Uh-oh, hold on, my phone spontaneously started up.
It
Lauren will dump Kelly for
spontaneously
yeah.
combusted.
Lauren probably would dump me for my sister. My sister's gorgeous. Hello, Spencer.
Oh, my boy Spencer's here.
hmm What are the thoughts that you're having, Kayla? What's you
Ugh.
told me what was the favorite like your favorite you were listening to one of my videos once and you called me and said you were still laughing. Tell me about
It
that.
was it was like your very first day reading the chat log. It was when Lauren got on the webcam and he was like, "Did you see me sneeze?" And you were like, "Did you hear me chewing? You hear me thinking? You see me
Me
sneezing?"
sneezing?
I don't know why it just made me laugh really hard.
Honestly. Oh,
Honestly.
I will not rest until I get the Academy to change the Academy Award statue to look like the real Oscar.
Oh,
poor
that would be perfect. That's the
poor
cleanest best
Oscar.
pleasure right there.
She's so she's beautiful. She is, but she's old,
She's
so
very old.
she's like raggedy. Does anybody has anybody
She's got
heard
she's got
what
the
Lauren is up
lump on
to?
her tail.
So, I will talk a little bit about um I know for certain. I don't have proof, just my investigative.
We know he's at the trailer at least.
Yeah. Um, there was a really funny call about his Wi-Fi password. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Can I get your opinion on
I
something?
should.
I don't think Lauren was that bad looking during the sting, but that he looks horrible now that he has had some time to age rapidly. Um, Lauren,
He looked really average, honestly.
he wasn't. I don't think he was ugly. We're talking about during the sting. Um,
Yeah,
and for
he's just like
me,
really average looking to me.
yeah, for me, it's more about uh personality. I probably would have never found him attractive. If you're just looking at someone, I wouldn't have found him attractive. He's not my type, like physically. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't have looked at him and thought, oh, what an ogre. I would now. I
Yeah, I
mean,
would have just been like, that's a,
and it has nothing
oh
to
yeah,
do
for
with what I
sure.
know about him. Um, Lauren looked old even
The
during the
thing
sting.
now, Lauren, Lauren looks older than his brother Ralph, and he's like the youngest.
Yeah, you were you were very excited when you saw a picture of Ralph.
I was like, oh my god, he's like kind of a hunk, like for like an older guy,
Yeah, I mean,
the hunkiest Armstrong.
Lauren's got a lot of things going against him. If I didn't know anything about him, nothing about him, and I saw him, I would think he's very unattractive at this point. The funny thing
Mhm.
is, Lauren at the time of the sting, and I think even now, like at the time of the sting, he made some comment that he looked like he was in his 20s. He
No,
didn't
he.
look he looked like he looked like he was in his 30s, which he was.
He looked his age. He looked his age.
Yeah. He wasn't particularly striking in any way. But for me, it's more about he definitely look a lot better with like some facial hair. It would hide that
Mhm.
goofy ass fucking chin, his profile.
See, I read that he can't. The reason he doesn't grow facial hair is because he'd have to update his RSO picture and he'd have to pay for it.
He has to go. Now
Like
this is a funny
like
thought because
any major.
he goes when he gets his picture taken, I think he goes to the same place every time and he gets like a Walgreens or something. I don't know that it's a Walgreens. I just mean a place like that.
Mhm.
And he gets like a passport photo done. So I'm wondering if every time he goes, he's like, "Well, time to get another passport." Every
Golly
six
gee,
months or 4 months.
you sure do need a passport every month.
Golly gee, Lorne, sure is fun
Lauren thinks
for you.
Lauren thinks clean shaven makes him look young.
Yeah, if he had some facial hair, I think it would help. And it's not even about him being bald, because Kayla will attest, I have a preference for bald guys for some reason. I
She
like a
does.
nice head of hair, but only men can grow
She got
beards.
a big old crush on Patrick Stewart.
Oh my God. Even now, like, oh, I love Patrick Stewart. He's very manly. Anyway, we don't want to get off on a tangent about my thoughts on Patrick Stewart right now. Right now. Count the hairs on your chin. Can you
On your
count the
chin, chin,
hairs?
chin. Yum, 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 yum.
Nom, 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 nom.
Me, I still, I still can't. I've gotten. You already know this, but I don't know if they know this. I've gotten my best friend into Lordography, so
Take
like
it back.
every once in a while,
I'm sorry. Go
we'll just
ahead.
be like, so like every once in a while, me and my best friend will just be like, "Can you count the hairs down there?"
Patrick Stewart or Dudinsky. Ah, that's a tough one. Probably Patrick Stewart because
uh,
he's got some money. I won't lie.
Dudinsky probably got money too.
Yeah, it might be.
Kelly's cheating on Lauren with Patrick Stewart.
I also have a shaved head. Vince told me I needed a haircut.
Well, Les, you know what it is. You look gay if your head isn't shaved. So
So I mean, Lawrence was just an average looking guy, but he's not taking very good care of himself is part of the problem.
don't know for sure.
He, and he's got that weird thing with his face going on. I'm not saying this because it's
Don't
Lauren.
call me baby bitch. I'm sorry. That's like one of my favorite lines.
Mr. Clean versus Lauren. That makes me think of Kayla used to tease me because she was like, "Your dream man is the brawny paper towel guy."
Now your dream man is like Mr. Clean.
I love the brawny paper towel guy. Lauren's not gay or
Have
anything.
you
You
seen
could
that
smell his
commercial?
breath. What, Precious?
Have you seen that commercial with the? It's like it's so weird. They like made sexual tension between Mr. Clean and like the mom in the commercial.
Yes, I've seen that. and I got
It's so
infuriated. How
uncomfortable.
dare you? How dare you? Oh, fuck. So,
I had my pornography from my friends. One time I was drunk and accidentally made a reference when somebody drank a Bud Light. See, my friends know that I'm into it. Mr. Cybersqueak knows that I'm into it. It's a family affair.
well, it's easier for us because, we and our family knows about it. Like my parents get in trouble by my parents. And my parents are very supportive. I might have mentioned this before. Like my parents are really really supportive, and when they found out I had a YouTube channel, they actually went and listened to some of the videos. And my stepmother
uh,
Cecilia was like, I'm
oh
sorry.
yeah, she was like,
She
didn't she
was
say
like,
something like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're having fun,
you
so that's all
really
that
sound like
matters,
you're
or something
having
like that.
fun. Yeah, you really sound like you're having
Yeah,
fun.
like the typical mom response.
That's so great. I'm glad you're having fun. Like, but I had no fucking idea. And I begged her, please don't listen. Please don't. You're not. And I even tried to explain it. Bud Light. When I drank, um, I didn't really drink like Bud Light. Um, in my early 20s, like right after Kayla was born, I lived in Germany, and that that kind of ruined me for type beer. I'd rather date Mr. Clean than Mr. Penis. Yeah, no time to groom or work out. We have to be on the phone all the time to prevent your internet girlfriend.
Look at that horse thing.
Yeah, so
Why does the whole Armstrong family use that? Because I heard Roy use it one time in a call, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
what?
They say dink. They all say dink.
Dinks, I think that's a regional thing.
Like I said, I heard Roy use it in a call one time. I think I was live streaming a call where Roy said it, and I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, I think I've heard that's a regional thing, sort of like, um, how like we say
Sort of like
hun.
good and you,
Yeah. Well, good and you was something he
or
and I
how
think his friend made up, and it's really clever.
uh, I like I like the video when he's like trying to explain it. He's like, "Oh, if someone says something mean to you, you say good and you." I'm like, "That's not how it works,
when you
Lauren. Even
when
I
you
can
hit
tell
your
that's not how
hand,
it works."
have you seen that video where he's like, if you hit your hand and he
And you
makes
hit your
this
hand.
makes this big
He pretends he hits his
production?
hand.
Good and you.
Yeah.
I don't get
Good and you.
it. Shouldn't it be Mr. Dink and not Mr. Penis? Well, I think
Regional.
they didn't make it up. I apologize then. I never meant to do it.
Yeah, I think it is
But Dink, I
one
believe is.
uses,
I
and
mean,
they
I've
didn't.
heard I've heard Dink before, but not. I mean, we don't use it around here. We say dick. I mean,
Yeah,
stop being a dick. Um,
exactly.
but I want to go to New England though. I like, except for Lauren. I love that. I love the variations of that New England accent. Lauren's is horrible, but
Hmm. Yeah, like Betty is a good example of the good New
ugh,
England accent, and then Lauren is the opposite end, which is really bad New
yeah.
England accent.
She's I love listening to her. She's so adorable.
Hmm.
Just say ding dong like a normal
Just say ding dong
person.
like a normal person.
Poor stinking money. I love that. Lauren is a real only uses clinical terms with underage girls. Exactly. And don't forget, folks,
Like
um,
PP.
Lauren Lauren was trying to educate this young woman. I think it's I can't even do it.
Uh,
Good and
you
you.
use good and you out west as a response to how are you. That
Yeah.
sounds like it makes sense.
Chef Tango's accent
But
is
of
as
course, Lauren
distinctive as
doesn't.
crestfallen. I worked for years to get rid of my Boston accent. Why? I love a
Boston accents are cool.
yeah, I love a New England accent. But I like there's just something enjoyable about accents everywhere. And I never even realized like that I had an accent. I was very excited when I found out I had an accent.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, are you from Maryland?" I'm like, how did you know?"
Yeah, it's close to
And of course, being an accent, you don't realize you have it.
yeah, I enjoy it. My Swedish accent is here to stay. Oh, I would listen to
Oh,
some
I
more
like
this.
Swedish accents
I know.
though.
I would listen to that all day.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a Swedish accent.
Pak the Khan Harvard Yard. You know what drives me nuts about Lauren and makes him sound like a complete idiot is his misuse of weren't wasn't. I despise that because he knows better.
He does.
You know, um, have you ever considered covering predator setups outside of TCAP, such as Justin Payne or the Predator Poachers? I have. Marylanders do have an accent, um, and it's different, um, different places. I've
Yeah,
heard that.
apparently Marylanders have an accent.
Yeah, I've heard mine's more reminiscent of a like a Pennsylvanian accent, but I am close to the Pennsylvania border.
The most common Maryland accent would be Baltimore. It
Um,
would be like Wooder and Horn and stuff like that.
yeah, water. I have
Wooder.
I've thought about doing some different things. I'm gonna admit something. I haven't watched any Justin Payne or anything like that. But I am interested in doing some things like that. I used to live in Crofton. I lived in Crofton too, and I have family in Bowie. I
Just
love
all
Maryland.
over the place.
I love Maryland, but I think if I could live anywhere, I would move back to California. Anyway, nobody cares about that. Um, I think what I want to do, and I don't know if anybody would be interested in it, is at some point I like to sit and watch like um courthouse footage and things like that because that can
Oh,
get
that's just
really
fun.
yeah, that can get really interesting. Um so I thought about maybe at some point doing something like that. I don't know how many people would be interested in that. If it's if it's not really something, I might make a different
If
channel for that. When I visit
if you did that, I'd be interested in watching with you.
when I visited Cali, I stuck out like a sore thumb. I lived in I lived in Monterey. I don't want to brag on myself at all, but I will. um, I went to the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California, and that was probably the best time of my life. It was even better
I'm from Maryland, and
than
that's
having
how I
kids.
pronounce water.
Water. My
Wooder.
mother was from Washington, or she would call it Washington, and that used to drive me
Washington. She
crazy.
would call it
Yeah,
Washington.
she had a really thick accent. California is lame. I like Northern California. I've only been to I went to San Francisco once. I'm boring the fuck out everybody. I'm sorry. Let's change the
Hey,
subject.
Eric, there's not a lot of cocksuckers. There's so-called cocksuckers.
So-called cocksuckers.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Get it right.
I love Monterey. It was just so beautiful. I could never afford to live there now, and the only reason I could was because I was in the army and they were footing the bill.
They'd be like, "Here you go, Kelly." You'd be like, "Oh, thanks."
Yep, and they paid me. I went to I went to DLI for a
Yo,
week and taught a class. Oh, that's cool, Tom. What language? They said 2 years. I was there 18 months. If anybody's curious, I'm I'm ready for the mocking that I'm probably gonna get. But if anybody's curious, my language is Polish. I did visit the Presidio. Oh shit. Entertain for a second, Kayla.
Hello everyone. I'm still doing frog maintenance over here.
Monterey, Mexico. I've never been to Mexico.